Racism has been around since the dawn of time, and that's the subject we are going to be talking about in this video. It's your duty as a leader or as a developing leader to identify racism where it exists in your organization, whether you are in a local government office, whether you're in national government, whether you are in an organization, whether you are in a small business. It doesn't really matter. You could be a leader or a participant in a parents-teachers association in a school. In that capacity of leadership, it's your duty, it doesn't matter what the capacity is, to identify the existence of racism. Now, many leaders have made great sacrifices and given their lives towards the eradication of racism. Like I said, racism has been around since the dawn of time. And yet, here we are in 2024, and racism is still alive and well. And the chances are it exists in your organization. Yes, I understand you will have a policy on diversity and inclusion. It will be a gross misconduct and dismissible offense to behave racially towards someone. We understand that. The question is, does it get enforced? Does it get policed? Or is it such an uncomfortable subject that as soon as an issue comes up, the first thing we do is scramble around for the policies, get to understand what they mean, and then apply them to the letter. Dealing with racism is a lot more than opening up a policy and applying it step by step. Dealing with racism means looking at the systemic source of that racism. Where does it come from in your organization, and what is being done about that? It's a lot more than having a diverse panel of recruiters on your recruitment days. It's a lot more than being fair in your appraisals and your performance management. It's about looking at what's actually causing the racism in your organization. Now, that's a difficult one. That's going to take a lot of soul searching. But as a leader, that is what you have to do. You have to locate the root cause and source of racist behavior. Now, racism is traditionally thought of in terms of white people or people from white racial backgrounds or Caucasian racial backgrounds being racist towards people of other ethnic groups. Quite the contrary. Racism exists in almost every country that I've been to. And as a former aircraft engineer, I have been almost around the world. And I have seen racism in almost every country. I've seen ethnic division in so many different countries. So when I talk about racism in this context, I'm not just talking about it in terms of one race towards another. I'm also talking about it in terms of one ethnicity towards another. As a leader, you need to identify where these cases are overt. In other words, where racism and ethnic divisions are in your face, and where they are also sublime, where they're done with a smile on a person's face and a warm embrace, where the racism and the ethnic hatred is masked by some other professional behavior. It's your duty as a leader to identify both the overt and the covert. And doing this course is not going to provide you with a magic wand that's going to help you solve this problem that people have given their lives for over many decades. But what it's going to do is it's going to arm you with the strengths of the different leadership styles and also make you aware of their weaknesses. It's also going to help you understand further the dynamics that cause division amongst people and within organizations. Because after all, it doesn't really matter what level of leadership you are at. Unity of the people in your organization, whether it's a society, an organization, a school, a church, it doesn't matter what it is. As a leader, it is your duty to bring people together and wipe out any behaviors that are contrary to that. It's about time we start learning to live with each other and respect each other and honor each other's differences and look for the strengths rather than the weaknesses. So, complete the course, go through every module, and when you find racism existing in your organization, speak up, speak out. let someone know that it exists, someone who has the power to deal with it, until you are qualified to do so. Thank you for listening.